Django, for fuck's sake, can you not tap the bottom of your fucking microphone?
And when you open up your Bundy, do it to the right, not in front of the microphone.
Oh, why am I so far away? There's so many cords down here that I've got to fucking...
I'm so far away.
The heat is destroying the average Aussies.
That's for sure.
No, it's not even charged. What's going on here?
We don't need it.
Welcome to...
Welcome to the hottest day of the year.
18 of the average Aussies, where I do fucking everything.
What? It's finally coming out. No, I'm happy. I'm happy to do it. I don't mind doing it.
He just does it so he can say that.
Bit of heat and he goes to water.
And Vice Chairman Beefos.
Right.
These two plebs just...
Passengers.
Passengers.
I don't have to be here.
Go then. We did it fine with two of us last week.
Can we redo an intro that isn't full of hate?
No, that was good. I like that. All right, well, big weekend of Premier League, or week. I don't even know what day it is. Big few rounds of Premier League action.
It's 2023.
It's 2023, and Liverpool have been stung by the bees. Conte Ball is wearing thin.
I was going to say, we've been stung by the heat.
And Arsenal's flying. Yeah, and I'm fucking cooking.
If you can't tell, it's about 33 degrees in the den.
Or I'd give pitch temperature about 40.
I don't reckon they could tell because they're not here.
Your forehead is just dripping.
I'll zoom in on someone's bead of sweat. Most likely going to be mine. How are we, everyone? Boys, great to have you all back.
Yeah. Are you sure, mate? Because between you and Ethan and the hate you've sprout.
Yeah. We're just looking for some help, you know.
Just helping the depression.
I went and got everyone a drink and Ethan sat here and whinged about it.
You didn't bring a beer. You got us our own beers. You've not brought one beer.
It saved you going and getting it, didn't it?
Oh, like it. All right. So
tell me I'm wrong.
The heat.
Tell me I'm fucking
bringing him down.
It's been a rough 24 hours for these Liverpool boys. We got to cut them a bit of slack. You all right?
I'm fine, mate.
Are you dealing okay?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be?
We just gone back to work. Your team got fucking hammered.
Hammered? We only lost by 2 goals to the mighty Brentford.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Okay, yeah, beating Brentford's not for everyone, as we said.
It's not for Tottenham either. Actually, it's not for you guys. A couple of years. I actually, on a serious note, I saw something over the past 2 seasons.
There we go. Yeah.
The results that they've seriously over the past 2 seasons, the results that they've gotten against like the top 6.
Yeah.
Like they've beaten City, beaten Liverpool, beaten Tottenham, beaten Arsenal.
Yeah, they've beaten heaps of good teams.
I think they've beaten United. Didn't they beat United?
4-0.
Yeah, this season they've beaten everyone bar us.
They are a very
They've drawn with like City. They drew with City and they drew with Chelsea. Maybe not City. They drew with Chelsea. They drew with Spurs.
They beat Spurs.
No, they drew with Spurs.
Beat City before the World Cup.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but yeah, they're a very well drilled.
Haven't
team.
beaten us this year though.
Very well drilled team.
Away from home.
Yes.
Just acknowledge it. Anyway,
they are a very well drilled team.
They are. Let's get into it then. Let's have a chat about like maybe. Actually, no, we've got to go fucking back around. Well, you've come off a win against Leicester. How was that? Let's talk about that. All right,
that was a very scrappy affair. Very scrappy affair.
It was an abortion of a win.
Yeah.
Great analogy, Jake. Yeah. I like it. Leicester have just gone into shit too, haven't they?
Well, they scored 3 goals that game.
Did they? What happened?
2 own goals from the same
that's right. That was, yeah.
You know, that poor bloke, every time he was on the ball, the whole stadium was going, no, they were going, shoot.
Yeah, right. Actually, I think I did see that. What day was that? That was New Year's Day?
No, I think it was the 30th.
Yeah.
Oh, the 30th.
Yeah, I think the game was on the 30th.
But that was a story of what was to come. To be fair, that was a fucking horrible game.
Do you reckon everyone's microphones are working? I fucking hope so.
Yeah, mate.
I don't know. Do you want to do the clap test?
No.
Because I haven't tapped once.
We're going to do a click test. Can everyone click here? You go first.
I don't know. I can't see shit.
I can definitely see movement on the what's here.
There's mine.
Oh, yeah.
They're working.
Yeah, they're working.
They're on.
Good.
The heat has rattled the
Unfortunately
boys.
for
The heat
everyone,
has rattled the boys.
Unfortunately for everyone watching us, they are working.
Well, we can edit that out.
Fortunately for us, we don't have to talk about it again.
Yeah, look. All right. Well, so
we need to bring
What a
some
schmozzle.
professionalism back
all
to
right,
this
let's start
outfit.
it. I'm starting again. All right, last round's fixtures. We'll start up the top. We've already spoken about Liverpool, Leicester. They don't want to talk about it anymore.
We won. I'd rather talk about that than the fucking Brentford game.
Brentford 2, West Ham United 0. West Ham United are shite. Let's be real.
Brentford are brilliant.
Brentford they are good.
Well
they are
done.
good stuff.
Yeah, no, they're very good.
Wolves 0, Manchester United 1. Manchester United slowly just clawing their way back. They're in the top 4 now. I
Won
think.
3 in a row, yep.
I
Yeah.
think
Coming fourth.
Ten Hag is doing wonders there because he is like the Ronaldo in the dressing room and that whole thing. That could have been a massive drama, but he held firm and really good man management there. And he's done it again with Rashford. Rashford was late to a team meeting, so he dropped him to the bench. And when asked about it, he just said he was late. Disciplinary action. He's dropped to the bench. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
I think I really respect how he's approaching these things. He's really taken there's been so much drama around United since Ferguson left.
Yeah.
Just Mourinho's antics, and it's just been a bit of an embarrassment. It's like he's come in and just gone, nah, we're fucking that stuff off. We're going back to just a solid sort of basis and a good dressing room. And he's,
Early days, but he's taken over the reserve team too.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he just said he wants to instill what he's talking about in the first team into the reserve team.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, well, that's good. Good clubs
goes,
have
yeah.
that the whole system through.
Yeah.
It's not just you can't just have one philosophy or a set of ideas in the first team. It has to
Because then
go
you're
the whole
just
way
bringing
down.
young kids into this completely new philosophy, and they're just like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah,
And then they
exactly.
You got
go
two
shit.
different coaches.
Yeah,
it's
that's
never
ridiculous.
really going to work, is
So
it?
really, that's an amazing idea.
Yeah.
Has Maguire played in their recent run of good form?
No, I think they benched him till he gets sold to Tottenham.
yeah, that's what
I'd take him at the moment.
Hey, mate,
What a change of tune.
Ethan, I'd fucking take him.
We all take him.
I wouldn't.
But
No,
yeah, no,
he didn't start. Fucking apparently, according to this, which you can never really trust some of these apps and the lineups that they give you because you think that's probably not right. But
Yeah.
Shaw started in centre back.
he did.
Yeah,
So
right.
there you go.
That's
So
interesting.
He
Shaw
did.
must have something about
He
him.
did pretty well, actually.
Shaw must just have something about him because he's
Shaw's-
always overweight or making mistakes.
He's
and
still
they
in
always-
the team.
And he always gets put back in somehow.
Yeah.
Unless they're just
He's a massive
You know,
piss ass.
they're just scraping the
I
bottom of the barrel.
don't
but
think he's a bad player.
I don't think he's a bad player
No.
either, but he just gets caught out a bit and he just
yeah.
has dramas with his fitness and
And
whatnot.
they interviewed him at the end of the game, and he spoke incredibly well, about the whole team and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right.
Maybe he's more suited to playing friggin' centre half
Probably
than
is,
left
yeah.
back because he might not
His
get caught
stats
out
were
as
excellent.
much. He
Yeah.
sits in
Yeah.
a bit more.
Yeah.
They
They're
might
also
keep him
saying
there.
that every time that Varane and Casemiro have played, they haven't conceded a goal.
Well, that explains.
Don't know how many times they've played together, but it could be just one.
Yeah, I was like, is it just one? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, true.
But still,
No,
stat.
they've played a few because Varane's been one of the starting centre halves and Casemiro's played every game pretty much since he joined.
Yeah.
So it'd be a few that they've played together.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's can we just, Kev mentioned to Ronaldo too, he's done a massive interview with Piers Morgan about how he just wants to continue to play at the top level, and then he's just soft retired to fucking Saudi Arabia.
Can we just say
after
about
all that
Wait,
chat?
Yeah.
I'd do some
All
I'd
that-
do anything for 200 mil a year, though.
Oh, I don't know, but and
Or 333
how sad is
Aussie.
that's the saddest ending to one of the greatest rivalries of all time, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
'Cause
seriously,
Messi's
Messi's
just kind of just put the gas on and left him in the
Messi's
dust.
gone and Messi's always been humble, hasn't been a freaking pork chop like Ronaldo has. And you look at pre-World Cup, Messi's just going about his business with Argentina. Ronaldo's acting like an absolute prima donna.
Yeah.
Even at the World Cup, how
I
he
know.
behaved. He got dropped for a game and he
When,
stormed off early.
He was
and-
trying to claim that goal.
what's with that? And then you look what happens.
Blowing up
It's
glass.
undeniable now out of that rivalry for the modern day GOAT.
Yeah.
I think that it's sealed now. It's
Yeah,
Messi.
His ego is a fucking cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
he's just done himself no favors.
Yep.
He's done himself no favors at all, and then to do that whole fucking interview with Piers Morgan and talk up, like, bag on everyone, rag on everyone, and then just go and do that. And it's just like, everyone's kind of, he's a bit of a laughing stock now.
He is a laughing
which is
stock.
sad. It's sad to see because he's
imagine if
he is one of the greatest players of all time.
Oh, definitely.
But imagine if he doesn't fire.
Oh, well, like,
He won't need to. He's there for.
It doesn't even matter if he doesn't
publicity.
fire. No one's even. There's no media covering Saudi Arabia. No one really cares about what goes on over there.
They
Like,
even film it.
it's just a. Well, yeah, it's just a.
I don't think him
it's a
going
money
there
thing.
is going to make people watch it.
Absolutely not.
Like,
Well,
You might get some of the
You say they've
the
got
Ronaldo
like 5
fanboys that just
million.
rip us for this when I turn this into a short.
look,
They will.
there's probably a lot of people in the Middle East who watch that league because there's a lot of money that
yeah,
goes
it'd be
into
massive
it.
for the
There's no
Middle East.
denying. No,
Yeah, for
it's massive
sure.
for Middle Eastern football. It's massive for Saudi Arabian football. But I feel like no one's going to... Like, I'm sure a lot of people started watching PSG when Messi went there more, or French football because of there's
the
more
jersey
players in it and
sales.
everything.
I'm not
but him going there, I don't see your casual football fan going, oh, I better get a subscription to...
I'm not going to
I'm not
buy
to
an
that.
Al Nassr jersey
Nah,
with
fuck
Ronaldo
no.
on the back. I am
No.
going to buy an Argentina jersey with Messi 10 on the back, though.
Well, as we were saying, imagine handing that down to your kid in
Yeah, as if
30
you wouldn't
years.
want one. Like, that's
Or
like
hocking it off in 50. Like,
Yeah.
And you know what other jersey I'm going to buy?
What's
A
that?
Wrexham AFC jersey.
Yeah, you were talking. You're into that, aren't you?
You got to watch it, eh? If
Yeah.
anyone hasn't watched Welcome to Wrexham on Disney Channel,
There's
on
actually
the
a-
Disney Channel,
there's a-
on the Disney app.
There's a dig about Wrexham and Liverpool.
Yeah, I seen that the other day. But in terms of the
Both
show,
Rob and Ryan are talking about it. And they're like, oh, it's Wrexham and Liverpool, a big club via a very, very small club, being Liverpool.
no, it's a great show. It's like, seriously, it's like FIFA shit. It's like,
Right.
you used to buy like a club, you used to
Yeah.
start managing
That's what
a
we
club.
used to
down
do
at the
every
bottom end.
Saturday night.
They just did it in real life.
They just did it in fucking real life. It's insane. So if anyone hasn't watched it, I'd recommend to watch it.
Legends.
But yeah, let's back to the Premier League. Where were we up to? Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. Oh, I picked that one too. I picked that for our punters.
It was a seesaw.
Yeah, I picked that for our punters because they lost the week before, and I was like, yeah, they're winning this one for sure. And lo and behold, away from home, bang, 2-0. And they'll get smoked tomorrow whenever they play.
Yeah.
Will
They're
they?
playing.
Tottenham. Thanks, mate.
Oh, fuck.
That was a nice compliment.
Damn it. Sorry.
Got that on record.
Time to ruin that trend.
Leo was talking about Bournemouth, not Palace. Palace are going to beat Tottenham.
No, then. I'm not saying that with any confidence anymore.
Well, yeah.
I'm saying everything with confidence. Actually, I can't. I'm going to. No, we'll get there.
Okay.
I just got so much ticking over my brain. You can literally watch it in the back of my eyes. Fulham 2, Southampton 1. Southampton going down.
Yeah. Ward Prowse with the double. Own goal, and then fucking
yeah,
screamer.
that free kick. How good was that free kick? He's so good. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
you wonder who's because they are not looking good down there. I mean, it is very tight. There's only 4 points that separates 15th and 20th.
Oh,
but
mate, who can pick it this year?
but like Southampton aren't looking good to stay up, are they?
No.
No.
Fuck,
No.
they deserve a trip down.
Who's going to pick like Ward Prowse won't stay there surely.
Yeah, someone will pick him up. Sure.
Surely.
That's what I thought the same thing when I was seeing
Yeah.
him like hit that free
Or
kick.
will
I'm
he
like,
just
he's
stay
got to.
there?
Nah, he's
Has
gotta
he-
go.
Has he been Southampton his whole career?
I think he's been there for a while.
I think he has been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any Southampton fans out there, you let us know.
Someone will pick him up, surely. They'll be like a mid-table club.
It'll be City fucking paying 50 mil or something.
Yeah, go and sit on
Sitting
the
on
bench.
the bench.
Yeah.
give him
With his buddies
Give him
Phillips and
350k
For
a
that,
week.
like,
Phillips and Grealish.
yeah, because you need some English players in your squad.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why Scott Carson at like 43-year-old
It's still
Yeah,
there.
is still
keeper, yeah.
registered in their first
Yeah.
team. That's crazy. For a quota.
Speaking of City,
Dodgy.
fuck you. Manchester City 1, Everton 1. Unbelievable Everton.
The two worst blue teams in the comp.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jeez, the mighty Toffees just really gave it to him on that one, didn't they? I didn't even watch the game. Was it
I watched
good?
Yeah, it's great.
Was it a good game?
No.
Nah,
the referee
fucking trash.
ruined it.
Oh,
One
yeah?
of those stop,
Stopping
start,
everything.
stop,
Yeah,
start,
okay.
start. But Everton, massive credit to them.
Yeah.
To go there
Go to the Etihad, yeah.
and get a draw.
Get a point.
But wait, to be fair, City look a bit off, like they have over like the last few rounds.
Yeah, it's
Lampard
good.
Maybe
seems
it's
to
just-
be able to get a decent result against big
Well, I've
teams sometimes.
seen
as well.
someone say, which was quite interesting, that Everton kind of in that game sat in deep and then played on the counter.
They did.
Which Frank Lampard hasn't been trying to do. He's been trying to play out from the back and play that nice style of football.
Yeah, he's
and
been trying to play like he's playing Chelsea.
And he obviously doesn't have the capabilities to do that
the
in his
players
squad.
there can't- yeah.
So it's like, well, why don't you
You
just
do not
play
have
like
the
that all the time
facilities.
then?
Yeah.
Like if it's going to get you results against the big teams, like imagine what it could do against like the lesser teams. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
so there's,
Yeah.
there's a case to say, Frank
that's-
Lampard, you fucking idiot. Why haven't you just been playing like that the whole time until you might not ever be able to play that type of football at Everton. I don't think Everton's ever been known for playing beautiful
in
football.
the
Fuck
their
no.
little nice period in the 80s, they weren't too bad. But
Yeah, I mean like modern day, like
modern
playing out
day.
from the back.
I mean,
like,
what have they done
yeah.
in forever? So you're right. I mean, surely you're not talking like it's Real Madrid and it's just results based. Like there's an expectation that they're going to play nice football and get results.
Yeah.
Some clubs are at that level. Surely for Everton, and if you're an Everton fan, you just want a result.
You want results
You don't
like
care
that.
if it's
Yeah,
dire. If
exactly.
you're winning 1-0 every week.
Oh, yeah, you're fucking celebrating
No,
that.
especially
Yeah.
when you're down there.
That way, that's like
Yeah.
Champions League win.
You take Conte Ball every day of the week, wouldn't you, down there? But,
Maybe Conte needs to head north to Everton. and-
Yep.
He needs to get the fuck out of London.
speaking of heading north, Newcastle 0, Leeds United 0. Two great results for Arsenal there, to be honest.
Definitely.
Well done to Leeds for holding them to 0. That's a strange game to be 0-0 because
Yeah.
they're both very attacking
But
sides.
still, it was an off performance by Newcastle.
Yeah, well, it has to be. Yeah, hopefully they won't save.
Must have
anything.
been
I was
a
gonna
New Year's
say-
sort of.
Yeah, like what though? What causes that?
Is that the off performance they wanted to have before you guys? Like, is that going to
I don't
jam
think
up?
it's going to help them, to be honest.
You don't?
No. Look,
Maybe they ate too much Christmas ham.
too much, a little bit too much pud there, mate.
I think we all
Always got a bit of Christmas pud there, mate.
They had a dodgy mince pie.
Speaking of Christmas pud, right into Arsenal 4.
Are you, like, these segues, they don't even... Occasionally they're good. Like, the North one was good. The North one was good. But what the fuck what's Christmas pud got to do with Brighton and Arsenal?
We were just eating Christmas pud, mate. There's no dramas there.
Ryan was saying Christmas pud good.
Yeah. Right into Arsenal 4. To be honest, it wasn't our best performance, but we really we keep fucking digging in and finding another gear. We just go to another gear. Martin Odegaard has to be the informed player in the league, surely.
Yeah.
Some of the shit he's doing on the ball, like not even in terms of passes, just like footwork skills, like nutmegging players and stuff like that in the box. It's just like
It's the confidence of when you're winning.
Oh yeah, you
definitely.
can see
All 11 players are playing with that.
Yeah.
flair.
Riding that wave, man.
You can see the confidence like coursing, especially Odegaard being captain at like I think he's 23 or whatever.
Yeah.
He's finally like got a team where he's playing consistently, playing every week. He's the captain. He's the
He's the
main
key
man.
man, yeah.
You can just see him just like, and he takes it all on. He's so humble, but you can see he's loving it.
But it's like your first two goals weren't particularly clinical, but it was like you could just kind of tell it was going to happen.
Yeah, and then like you get like Eddie and Ket, like that game. So the game before, our front three scored. That game, our front four scored. Like everyone's firing. Martinelli's going at one side, Saka the other side. Eddie and Ketty is poaching goals. I've said that I don't think he's
Step
up
up.
to it, but he
scored every game, hasn't he?
He scored, yeah.
Since he's come in.
Oh, the boss is ringing. I'll get her back later. And I should just answer on the pod. That could make some good content.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's what I was
Let her
saying.
know, though.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
You're on the podcast.
Oh, hello. Okay, this is really not podcast worthy, but I'm just leaving Parramatta now.
Okay, no worries. Well, you drive safe, all right, honey?
Okay.
All right, love you, bye. And there you go.
The heart rate's going.
She got red light fever.
There was no dirty talk.
No,
It was clean.
unfortunately not.
You definitely, when someone calls you and there's other people around, you got to give them the heads up, though.
Oh, 100%. 'cause
Yeah, I'm
you
just
never
in the
know what
car
they'll
with
say.
the beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arsenal
Yeah,
just
I really don't like Ethan.
flying high, unstoppable. 7 points clear at the top now. So
Mate, are you dreaming? Honestly.
I'm
Just
in
gets
fucking.
better every
I'm
week.
in
He's been
fucking.
dreaming
so
since
fucking
fucking
jealous.
round 3.
Yeah, I'm in La La Land.
Are
Honestly,
you at the point now where you're like,
I'm a believer.
you're 100% with doing it?
Why can't we? That's
No, I'm not
that's
saying
what,
you
in my
can't.
head that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we?
Yeah, why can't we
Before
go
I was
on
like,
and do it?
oh, surely we're going to slip up. Like, we're in a position now where we've got confidence, we've got momentum. We do have a fucking super tough run of fixtures coming up, Pretty sure we got Newcastle, we got City in there, we got United, we got Spurs again.
5 in a row or something. That's pretty gnarly.
They're all very tough
That's what
fixtures.
makes the champions, though, doesn't it? Come through that.
But yeah, like, look, we're 7 points clear, which is, you know, when City are chasing you, it's never enough. But
it's nice to know, but like you could have a draw and a loss
You know-
in those tough 5 games and still be 4 points clear potentially.
You know, the thing that like G'd me up too was we knew that we were 7 points clear if we won that game against Brighton because we knew the result against, and all the players would have too. They say they don't, but they would have known. And the fact that we still went out there, we went behind, we bit down and like got a win. Like I think Arsenal of old could have been like, oh, you know, we've got that cushion if we don't get like even if we get a draw in this game, oh, it's all right.
Fold a bit.
Whereas there we just went for it and like that's when I was like, oh shit, like we're on here. And Brighton aren't a fucking easy side to beat away
they're
from home
coming
either.
10th.
No,
They
they're
play-
quality.
like,
They've got a bloody World Cup. Can you believe they have a World Cup winner in their
It
team?
doesn't sound like a World Cup winner, though.
Yeah. they
It's
do.
crazy. How cool is that, though?
Yeah.
That's
McAllister.
amazing. That's amazing for
is.
Brighton.
Yeah. Brighton and Aston Villa both got
Yeah.
World Cup winners.
Yeah.
How about it? But
Well, so does Tottenham.
well, that's the other thing
From
too. When
40 years ago.
when Brighton turn it on, they can play some serious football. Like
Yeah.
that Minamoto or whatever his name is, he scored 2 like really good goals. He almost got a third. His heel was offside, so that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But you know, you take the good with the bad, and when you
Martinelli gets a break.
and when you're in that form, you get the rub of the green because you just that's what
Yeah.
happens. You make your own luck.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Speaking of making their own luck, Tottenham nil Aston Villa.
Another cracking
2.
segue.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm like a deflated fucking balloon, man.
Yeah, you
Honestly.
are. You've been struggling.
Just another year of this.
It's like stop.
started
It's
well.
already
You
dead.
started the year so high too, like
Yeah.
so much confidence. And
Yeah.
it's like I know I don't like Tottenham, but as a mate, it's been sad to watch you just kind of
But it's like I've said last week, man. It's you're playing a negative team. If you're not winning 1-0 every week and coming second or first, it's shit.
It's worse. Yeah.
Like I get up at 2 a.m. every week and I missed a game in years, and it's fucking horrible because they don't from the kickoff. They don't attack. They go all right. At home, give the opposition the ball.
19 and a half minutes for Kane to get a touch.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's as long as it's
That
taken
is
him
that is fucked.
in.
Well, it's this season. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
this season it's like one of the
That's
longest.
horrible. And he's the second highest goal scorer in the league this year. He's in banging form, and
He
they don't
just
pass him the fucking
Makes
ball.
his own service.
Yeah.
It's the setup, but
But still, like you fucking watch, man. He was just like he wasn't up for it. Either was Son.
I think his Conte's negative tactics are rubbing off on the Spurs players because the results aren't coming.
Why did I go to City?
Oh man, but Kane to not touch the ball to the 20th minute. It's the setup. You got the back 5.
Yeah.
The wing backs aren't
yeah, but
fast,
it's
young and quality enough to whip the ball into him. They just run up. Oh, I'm a bit scared. I'm going to pass it back to
Yeah.
the centre back.
Has it been like he's been told to do that too? Because usually Kane, if he hasn't got a touch in it early on, he drops real deep and will come and get
He
it.
did,
But like,
he did under Mourinho, but he doesn't do that.
But
under
I guess,
Conte anymore.
again, if you're setting up with everyone behind the ball and him at the edge, like you can't really afford for him to drop in because if you do win the ball back,
Yeah.
then he's all the
Well,
way in
that's
there.
if you have a back 5 and 3 midfielders that like
You shouldn't
sit.
have to drop in, yeah.
Well, like, but if he drops in, it's crowded, and like,
Yeah.
who do they hit?
Yeah, exactly,
Son's
that's what I
playing
mean.
between the line. Yeah, so he, yeah.
Yeah.
So there were a
kinda-
few balls that were off, but like it just looked like he was out of position for the play as well. You
I
know,
don't think you can blame it on
the backs to
Kane.
mids are playing one side and Kane's going to the
Yeah.
other side.
I wouldn't be
Nah.
blaming it on Kane.
Not at all.
no,
No, I'm just saying, but like normally Kane's so intuitive, like
Yeah.
his football brain's incredible, but it was like he was just seriously
Yeah.
off too.
but
but
Villa
when-
set up
yeah.
for it, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Emery had him set up so Højbjerg and Basuma, he knows they don't turn and look forward. They win challenges.
Oh, yeah,
but
no,
if
it
they
was great
receive the
by
ball,
Emery.
they look out and
Yeah.
backwards.
So it's just what pressing them,
So will Villa set up to just press
those two
Basuma and
midfielders,
Højbjerg
yeah.
so they
can turn
freak out and turn back. But after 10 minutes of that not working, you've got your midfielder's got to take someone on, do a duel. You might win a yellow card. You might lose the ball, but you've got your back 5 there to
Yeah.
win it back.
Yeah.
So they just go
Like Gil.
backwards, forward. Oh, man. And even 1 and 2-0 down, just backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's the thing I heard. Sorry to interrupt you, but they were talking to. Oh, I don't know if any of you's watched that interview with Jamie Carragher and Mikel Arteta.
Yeah,
But they
I
spoke
watched
to
parts of it.
they spoke to Mikel Arteta about like when he went to City as an assistant manager and playing that type of football where you know the fans can get frustrated watching you pass back to a goalkeeper twice or across the back four. You fucking gronk. Across the back four like multiple times to try and overload a certain space. And the fans now understand at City that that's what they're doing to work through it. But like I feel like with Conte, like they're just passing across. It's like there's nothing.
It's
there's
aimless.
nothing coming from it.
That's right. I mean, every Spurs fan's been watching it for 15 rounds. You'd respect that they have to play back to be
Yeah.
space. They come up, Son makes it in behind. But when you're 1 and 2-0 down, you're starting negatively every game.
And you're just fucking flicking across the back four.
Yeah,
constantly.
you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to pass
Yeah.
backwards,
Yeah.
pass, and then you're
There's
going to
a-
concede.
Yeah.
We conceded first 9 games in a row now. Isn't that insane?
10.
9. Is it 10 now?
10 in all comps. But
What's-
7 in a row in the Premier League.
What's the
You're trying to copy us, mate. Like, get your own fucking thing.
What's the feeling amongst Tottenham supporters at the moment? Is it because I know as Arsenal fans, like we get very outraged and whatnot.
Yeah.
Is it the same in Tottenham? Is everyone calling for Conte's head? Like, do they want him out? Like,
we're not as vocal online as vocal's not the right word. We're not as what's the word? It's not as bad as ridiculous, but
I
Arsenal
know.
fan
You get the
TV when
AFTV
something happens.
bullshit.
Extreme in
Like,
your
yeah.
emotions.
Yeah.
So we're not that extreme, but there's resentment, I guess, against ENIC, our owners, because we're looking back now to when we didn't invest under Pochettino,
Yeah.
when we had the best team we've had in
When that was the
50
time too,
years.
yeah.
And now he hasn't invested under Conte. So we're like, well, we can't blame Mourinho and Conte
Yeah, I guess
because
you
they're
yeah.
two
Get a few
awesome
fucking
managers.
players over like the last couple of seasons, though. You know.
Yeah, but they're not big, great signings, are they? We've got lucky with some.
You got to
of them.
remember though, you've got to build up to
And
that.
you got Kulusevski, you got
That's what I mean. But
Bentancur.
when we signed Kulusevski, it wasn't like we're going after this epic player.
But you see, you've also got to realise though, it's like if you're not fucking being one of those top teams, what's the enticement for players to come?
And the other thing that you could argue is say, like, if you looked at your squad and looked at Brentford's squad, like, arguably you have a better squad, but they're out there, like, beating us, they're, like, getting good results.
I think a lot
like,
comes
it's not
down to
just
Conte.
down to, you can't just put it down and say, oh, we haven't got good enough players.
No, it's not. I didn't say it. I was
Oh, no,
talking
no,
about-
I know
yeah.
you're not saying, but what I'm saying is I think it literally comes back to Conte and tactics.
Yeah.
Like, it has to.
I
Like,
put a
he
lot
has
of blame
more
on
than enough
Conte.
quality. Like, any team that has Son, Kane, and Kulusevski in it, I'm sorry, but should be doing a fucking hell of a lot better. And that,
Yeah, well,
that just comes down to how they've been set up and how they're playing.
Agreed. And I think that's my view.
Yeah.
We were talking then about the Spurs online,
yeah.
what their thoughts are. We did have a lot of injuries out. Kulusevski, Richarlison, Bentancur, and Mora.
Yep.
So Brian Hill got his league debut. He was pretty average, to be fair. He got hooked.
That's what I mean. When you still got Kane and Son in your side, like
Yeah.
you just have to be servicing them. Like
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
But we
Have
don't
to offer them
service
something.
them. We
Yeah.
play backwards, sidewards.
And that's where it comes back to Conte.
Perisic
It's
is-
like, mate, give him something.
Yeah.
Give them
Yeah.
something. All you
And
need to
don't
do
you-
is give, like, Son last year, he needed a sniff and he was on goal.
fuck yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all you need to give these guys. And, like, the fact that you can't even, you're that stubborn in the way you want to play your football because you think that's the best way to get results.
So I was gonna say, don't
you're
be stubborn.
Yeah,
Can't be
you're that
stubborn.
narrow-minded that it's like, I'm not going to change my tactics because I know it works. Obviously, it fucking doesn't, mate. It might have worked like 5 years ago at Chelsea. Like,
But playing with a very, very different team.
playing with a
Football
different
changes
team,
so much
but
too.
even like the style of football that everyone else was playing was very different back
Yeah,
then. Like,
that's
and
what I
you-
mean.
Absolutely.
You didn't have your cities and your Liverpool's like playing the type of football they were like 2 to 3
Well, that's like
years
saying
ago.
if you picked, like, say, Liverpool from the 80s playing 4-4-2 and winning everything, like, the tactics of that team, it wouldn't work today.
No.
No.
You can't be
I think-
stuck in a time
Yeah.
like
Which
you
is
have
rubbing
to.
off on the players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I've been saying it for 6 weeks
Yeah.
that I don't like Conte Ball.
No.
No Spurs fan would.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless you're someone that just wants 1-0 every week, which we aren't getting.
Yeah.
But
It's not. You're not playing in Italy.
yeah.
it was the
it's a very,
first
very
the
different
first
league.
game of the year. Like New Year's Day, let's start this hot, and we just played shit, man. We welcome Romero, World Cup winner, back. It was gonna such a good vibe before the game, and the commentators were saying at the start they've started shit for the last 9 games, really slow. At halftime, they get a rocket up, and then they come back and draw
Yeah.
a win.
Yeah.
So surely New Year, like we're going to see them come out hot. No,
No.
came out so sloppy.
Yeah.
The sloppiest.
And it's like, what? So I agree with Nudo where he says it comes down to Conte, because Conte needs to be able
He's
to
got a lot
get
to
better
answer
out
for.
of those players.
He's got a lot to answer for the Tottenham fan base, for the owners, for everyone, because they have, as you said, they have invested. They've given him money.
He gets like 15 million a year. He's
I'm
like the
talking
third
about
best
like
played
in
manager.
terms of players as well. He's been given
budget,
play,
yeah.
he's
Like
been
compared
given
to what
players.
Pochettino
He's got
had.
two of the best
Yeah.
players.
Bring back
Pochettino got a lot
Yeah.
out of fucking Dele Alli. No one else has been able to.
Oh, Dele Alli. Isn't that the biggest
Plummet.
fall
Yeah.
from England starting?
You got 25 seconds to give us your Dele Alli rant.
Well, I think if you haven't seen, Dele Alli went from starting number 10 for England to
Sacked by Besiktas.
sacked by Spurs, sacked by Everton, sacked by Besiktas, and who knows what he's doing now? He's
It's
on,
not my fault.
He's running water.
he's on
All right,
Twitch or
well-
something.
He's running water for the the fucking, what are they, Redcliffe Dolphins? Did we didn't get Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea, but no one really cares.
Nah.
1-1.
One all.
game.
Fuck
Continuing.
Potter under pressure.
you. Let's get to the real one. This morning, Brentford 3, Liverpool 1, hashtag Klopp out. Let's go, boys.
Oh, how fucking dramatic.
It's not, mate. That is not dramatic. Come on. Let's
Well, hold on,
let's be serious with
you want us to
ourselves.
sack Klopp?
Yes, I do. I think you should. If you're a dead set Liverpool fan, I'll be thinking about like calling for that. Absolutely,
No.
absolutely.
Mate,
Why not?
that's fucking ridiculous.
Why not?
Replace him with
Because
who?
that is so.
Someone.
Hey, you know how
fucking-
we were talking before about Arsenal fans and their extreme emotions? That is that right there.
No, you
There's-
can say that. That's fine.
There's-
I'm being serious. I think it's like time for him to like move on.
I think
I think
I
he's
can
another.
guarantee you we're not going to sack him like mid-season.
I wouldn't sack it. I agree with Jake. If like at the end of the season, like he's just signed a contract extension and he's done far too much for the club. He's not getting sacked, but he needs.
He needs to adjust.
Well, what needs to happen
He's
is that
very-
we finally
sorry.
need to buy some fucking midfielders.
Yeah.
We've signed no midfielders in like 4 years, and I can't believe how much
You just
we've.
go on.
No, I wouldn't call. Gakpo's not a
Gakpo's-
midfielder.
He's almost a striker.
He's an attacker.
Yeah.
To me, he plays in a
He's
front
either
three.
a winger or a striker.
Yeah, he plays in a front three. He's not a midfielder. I'm talking a proper midfielder, like a genuine Wijnaldum who left and we never replaced him.
Like-
What
And
about
he was-
Alcantara?
He was.
When did you sign him?
Well, okay, so one. We've signed one
And
in
we
like
play
5
him
years.
very defensive too.
What's
and he's not a
Naby
Klopp-
Keita?
Naby Keita we signed like very near the start of Klopp's reign, and he's done like nothing for
Yeah,
us.
he needs to go.
There needs to be a midfield revolution. I don't think that there's hardly any like Jenny Wijnaldum was
You
a
lost him. You lost Mane. You never really replaced either of them.
Well, Mane
you-
we
maybe
sorta
a
did with
little bit.
Diaz.
We've said that. Yeah. But, yeah, definitely not.
But yeah, Jenny Wijnaldum, like he is a Klopp midfielder, hardworking, industrious, up and down the pitch, smart on the ball. Like Thiago is a great player, but he isn't really a Klopp midfielder. I don't think he's more
he's-
technically.
See, this
Yeah.
is why I'm
Gifted?
confused about Klopp, because he's signing like Darwin Núñez. He signed.
See, that's typical
Thiago.
Liverpool though. We sign a player that does well against us. And
But
Núñez
like
did in the
that makes
Champions
no
League.
sense to me, because you're saying like he's not really suited to your midfield, and like I don't think Darwin Núñez is suited to your system. Obviously, he's trying to change the system, but is it actually changing, or you like? I feel like you keep like reverting a little bit back to it every now and then.
I think that we're in a transition period where there's a lot of people who aren't 100% sure what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Are
And
you?
the other
Are you?
thing-
Do you
the
know
o-
what you're trying to do?
No.
Can you see it? Like
Well,
I'm just
the other
asking as a
thing-
genuine fan.
No,
Can you
well-
see what he's trying to do, or?
Well, I mean, I don't completely agree with you that Darwin doesn't fit the system.
Right.
Because he is he can finish. He just hasn't been able to finish for us. The guy is obviously lacking confidence hugely because he scored for Benfica. He scored against us with Benfica. He scored at the start of the season, and then in the past 10 or so games, he just hasn't been able to hit the back of the net. You know that he can. You can see that he can do it, and he's getting himself in those positions. But he's just,
I think it little, because I remember you said it's not the same as like the Premier League's not the same as the league you come from.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's like getting like that. The defenders are just that half a yard quicker,
Yeah.
getting on you a bit quicker. Like
Yep.
he's just.
Yeah.
Some people
He's
like,
also, I
yeah.
think he's just taking things too quickly. Like sometimes you think he could take a touch and then hit it, or but he's trying to hit it first time and
Trying
beat the
very
keeper,
hard.
or he's hitting it from too far out when he could take a couple more touches.
Yeah.
Like,
he just needs to kind of stick to his game and just like.
I think so because he still keeps on getting the runs. He still keeps on getting the balls in those areas.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
He's hit the post
That's
or,
what I
or the
mean,
woodwork
like-
5 times this
Yeah,
season.
I think he's.
Don't just try and score every opportunity. Just play your game as like you would naturally play it.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
I think
mean?
he's trying too hard because he wants to succeed.
Yeah.
The Erling Haaland comparisons did him no favors
Yeah, that's
whatsoever.
true.
That stupid red card he got against Fulham did him no favors.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, going back to your point about who Klopp's signing, I don't think it's necessarily even like I think that our ownership and our scouting group comes to Klopp with a list of targets that are within like the budget that we have.
Yeah.
And they say, here are your options. And then he picks out of that who he wants, if he wants them at all. I don't think he sort of goes like, we're not the sort of club like City where he goes, get me Haaland. And they go, okay. And they go get Haaland. They
Yeah.
go like, he goes, we need another attacking option. And they go, well, here's 5, pick one.
Yeah.
This is who we've identified that fits within because they sort of have borrowed the Moneyball idea from baseball where you buy,
Statistics.
yeah, like you buy young players with good statistics that you can sell on at a resale price later.
Yeah,
we
well,
don't
That's,
opt like
that's coming in from Boston.
exactly, which is yeah. Because for those who don't know, our ownership group FSG also own the Boston Red Sox, which were famous for Moneyball and winning their first major league title in like 100 years or something like that,
Yep.
using it. And that's the sort of system that we use to buy players.
One thing I think as well, I think they're a little bit too quick sometimes. Like Darwin did well against us. And he had a pretty good season for Benfica last year, but it was like, oh, he's done well against us. We'll buy him.
I think that you're doing a very big injustice to like.
Prior to us playing
I don't
him,
think
he
the
wasn't
Liverpool.
even on our radar.
I don't think the
Same
Liverpool
as with
scouting.
Gakpo.
I don't think the Liverpool
I don't know
scouting
where
group.
Gakpo come from. That
PSV. We didn't play.
No,
I
I
don't-
mean, like, I don't know where that signing come from. Like, are
It's
you
because he did all right in the World Cup. And
I
then-
don't. I don't think it's that's. I don't think that the Liverpool scouting group and ownership group just go, "Oh, he played well
Well,
against us. Let's
same
sign
as
him."
with Diaz. We'd never heard of Diaz, and there's talks Tottenham want Diaz, then we buy him.
Yeah, but-
talks Man United want
but-
Gakpo, so
but-
we buy him.
What about, for example, Fabinho? No one knew that we were in for Fabinho, and then suddenly he signed. We're not the sort of like.
Nah, there was
But we're,
talk
hold
about
on,
that for a
we're not the
while.
sort of. No, there wasn't. There was no talk about Fabinho.
Bullshit.
He came out of nowhere.
We knew about it.
Did you?
Yeah, I was
Well-
spoken about it with one of my mates.
Well, you and your mate must be in the fucking nowhere. A lot of people aren't because that signing came out
We
of
were
nowhere.
watching him at Monaco, man.
My point is that signing people didn't know about. Just you and your mate might have, but
Yeah.
people didn't. And
Beg to differ.
I don't think that the Liverpool scouting team just buys someone because they had one good game against us.
No, I'm saying that puts them on our radar. But what I'm saying is, can you explain Diaz? You'd never heard of Diaz before.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
just
think
because
that's just-
I hadn't heard of Diaz doesn't mean that
No
the
one
scouting team hadn't heard of. How do you know that the Liverpool scouting team hadn't heard of Diaz?
I feel like in this day and age,
Talking about on averages, mate.
I will
Same
will
as
say
with Gakpo.
to give like kind of to back Django up. There's very little these days that reporters can't find out. There's probably like 1 or 2 transfers every season that come out of nowhere that people don't know about. If that makes sense, I feel like the Gakpo one, I didn't know anything like because I follow like Fabrizio Romano and all that like intently, and I'd never even
Yeah,
seen
I'm
Liverpool
constantly
interested in him.
fucking looking up transfer market.
And
shit.
he was all of a sudden. That's why when I sent it to you boys, I was like, "What the fuck?" Gakpo just signed for Liverpool because I thought he was going to United.
Yeah.
I understand that there's a lot of speculation in like, and Fabrizio is one that's good. Normally, when he posts something, it's because it's right and it's going to happen.
You know, he just follows situations. That's the
Yeah.
other thing too. He
And-
doesn't post like this is happening. He'll be like, "This is currently a situation
Yeah,
that's
but-
like unfolding."
But my point is that like to sort of sit there and say that like, oh, I hadn't heard of it, so like we only signed because United wanted him. Well, like I don't know, like there's heaps of people that work in a scouting department at a club. There's massive internal goings on there.
Oh,
just
no
because
doubt. Yeah.
just because I'm just saying, just because we didn't hear about it before it happened, or it seemed to come out of nowhere to us, doesn't mean that there wasn't like a long
Interest,
line
yeah.
of interest and scouting and
Yeah, but
conversations
all I'm
before
saying
we
is,
find out.
yeah, you're 100% right. But what I'm saying is, it's like there's been the last 3 signings have kind of,
And who's
haven't come from nowhere.
Who's Gakpo for? Like, is there a shortage?
Well,
up
to
front?
me,
Is
to
it
me,
like a
he's
replacement for
as I
Firmino?
said,
Yeah.
he's an attacking player.
Yeah.
And the way that we play, I feel like he's the sort of player that he could play anywhere across that front 3.
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously trying to like we
a
sold
good player.
Mane. Yeah, I mean, we have a good like we've got what Firmino, Darwin, Salah, Jota,
Diaz.
Diaz.
That's what I mean. I feel like you got a lot of attacking players.
Yeah,
Just a lot injured, or like
yeah, well,
Well,
Jota's out,
Jota's still
Diaz
out.
is out,
Firmino's out.
Firmino's out. Firmino is also coming towards the like. He's not like he's come. I know he did well at the start of the season, like
yeah,
you said.
he's
But
getting along in the tooth.
yeah, he's coming towards the end of his career. Like,
Can I just say one other thing?
Mm.
With all these injuries, does that go back to like, you know how everyone says like after 7 years, Klopp's teams start to like kind of fall apart because they're just
Yeah, but
worn into
Jota
the
hasn't
ground?
been playing for fucking Liverpool
yeah,
for 7 years.
Diaz has only been there for 12 months.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they haven't really had that time to like
Work
adjust
into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
There could be
it's-
something in that, but I don't believe that a player like. I don't think it's like Klopp ran him into the ground over 7 years. Like I don't really believe that. I don't know.
I just think that some people's bodies can handle things
Yeah.
that other people.
Oh,
like,
no.
like look
Oh,
at James
100%,
Milner. Like he could do
100%.
it, but there could be like 5 players in that Liverpool team that are just like, oh, I'm fucking gassed.
Oh,
man.
there's
Like,
definitely injury prone.
100%,
There's
yeah.
injury prone players, and there's no doubt that Klopp's like philosophy and style of play is very high intensity.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. So some players, I mean, look at Harry Kewell, for example, massively injury prone.
Yeah.
But then someone like Lucas Neal, I think he might have broken his leg, but apart from that, which is
Snapped his
but
shin in
that's,
half.
what I'm saying is that's different to like some players constantly get muscle injuries.
yeah, I
You know what I
understand
mean?
that.
Like Kewell constantly had
I
like a
just
torn hammy, torn
feel
calf.
like when you've got a bulk, like amount of blokes out of your side, that surely there's a common denominator in there somewhere. Like it's like I understand that you can have like players out, but when you got like from the sound of things, you got like a lot of blokes out, and it's
Yeah,
just like
no,
if you got a
I
lot
do
of
get
blokes
ya.
out with like little niggling injuries here and there, it's like that's when it's the niggling ones that you like. If someone's done an ACL or torn a hamstring, it's like all right,
Yeah,
that's
thanks, Pickford.
that was always going to happen. But like when it's just like a little niggle here, like calf injury here, like ankle injury here, it's just like where are they all coming from?
Diaz has just done his knee, and Jota was like pretty serious as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. There,
I don't think
I just think
we,
it's
I don't
en masse.
think
That's my.
I don't know if we have the necessary depth to play that style of football that many games
no,
either.
and look
No.
at what last year
No.
fucking.
Well, last
did
year
to
we
us.
played every single possible club game that you could.
Yeah,
And like realistic, like
And when you're flying high,
Yeah.
your body probably responds to you
and the
differently.
guys probably want to keep playing too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
like realistically, someone like City has 2 first 11s that are like interchangeable, completely world class, good. Like we don't have that.
Yeah.
Like if Alexander,
We're closer than a lot of other teams.
100%, and it's
still not there.
and like it's not a complete excuse, but like if Alexander Arnold doesn't play, for example, like Milner normally fills in at right back,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
like Gomez is centre back, shifts out and plays
Like,
right
Milner
back.
played the whole season in fucking
Yeah.
left back.
Like there's no
Yeah.
there's no like replacement. For
No,
him,
we
though.
don't have like there's not 2
Out,
for
out.
every position.
And then you got players like Simicast getting hooked. Van Dijk did he get hooked or do you have injury or
It's up for debate.
is that just one of those ones where you
Yeah.
say he's hurt to protect him?
He had a strapped thigh, but he was fucking just way out of it.
And how do you feel about Klopp's post-match interview lastly on the Liverpool result?
Most of the time, I'm like, I can see where he's coming from, but like,
He's very whingy this time.
You'll have to remind me about what he said.
Oh, he was
He's
just
blaming the
saying-
referees. He
Yeah,
said,
blame the refs
"Oh, the
about
referees make
like,
it hard to
apparently
win."
the third goal shouldn't have been a goal, and the way that the ref the game, Liverpool were never going to win. Brentford were always going to win.
Look, I don't like excuses.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, Brentford played well, we played terrible.
Yeah, that sometimes you just
can-
need to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But also,
absolutely.
you have to remember, like, he's probably fucking massively frustrated. And within 10 minutes of a loss like that, he's got to
yeah.
front up to the media and they're like, why'd you lose? Why'd you lose?
Fuck
what
off.
happened? What went wrong?
Understandable, yeah.
So he's probably like, fucking. That,
I feel like he's doubling down on. I don't know. Maybe he's just like fucking believing in the team. Maybe he doesn't actually see as much footage.
I was stirring Campo up this morning about it, and he
You
said
would,
that
wouldn't you?
he reckons he did it because he's trying to deflect away from his players having.
well, I
a
was
poor
just thinking
performance.
that maybe
And I
Klopp's,
thought, oh,
Klopp's
what a
probably,
fucking hero.
But Klopp's probably happy to have people be like, Klopp's a fucking hero, Klopp's full of shit, da 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 da, if it means that his players aren't getting hammered in the media.
Yeah, fair.
I
You
think
know?
so. I don't like that because I think you should be held accountable. Like,
But the thing
if
is-
you don't know you're being fucking honking, then
But
maybe
the thing
you
is,
make
the,
excuses.
the worst part about it is that the most criticism I seen was from Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's where it's kind of like.
Well, we're not Everton.
Hang on a second.
I'll get in. I'll rip in. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough.
You can't
That's
cost me my
disappointing.
fucking year now. Bastards.
Plus, the frustrating thing is that, like,
2023, write it off.
Fuck, let's go
Like-
2024.
we beat Villa first game back.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we scraped the win against Leicester, but you know what we say,
Honking.
3 points is 3 points
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And, like, results were going our way. We were coming close to the top 4. If we had a 1, we would have moved above Tottenham,
Yeah.
been in 5th and only a couple of points off United. And then you fucking lose and it's like, it's all,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
but
just
it's
fully back
very
again.
stop-start for you.
Oh, it's
But-
very frustrating.
But look at the teams we've lost to. Okay, United is the only one that like I can kind of fucking accept. Everything else is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, that's enough of
25
that.
minutes of fucking Liverpool content. We
It's-
just got
it's
there.
actually
Ethan's just gone to
14.
sleep. He just woke up.
14:38, mate.
Oh, we can talk about it next week.
All right, moving on to the next lot of fixtures. Most of these are tomorrow morning for us Aussies.
6:45.
Yeah, we got Everton versus Brighton. Brighton will be looking to bounce back, and if they played like they did the last 30 minutes of the Arsenal game, they played that against Everton. I don't think Everton have much of a hope.
Everton are going to be up for that after a
wait,
draw
yeah.
against City.
Well, it depends. If Frank Lampard fucking gets his shit together and plays like he did against City,
But he
what
won't.
I mean.
He won't. There'll be the yo-yo. They'll be like Palace.
But maybe
Nah, they're gonna get
Frank
spanked.
Lampard goes home and thinks, oh, we're fucking Real Madrid again, and starts playing out from the back. Jordan Pickford doing like fucking step overs
Yeah,
and
we
stuff.
used to be managed by Carlo.
It's the first game back at Goodison. Everyone will still be on holidays. If they don't win, they're fucked.
There'll be no one there.
They're never going to win.
I don't think they will. I think Brighton will smack them.
And this is going to be a fucking...
And Alexis McAllister is back for Brighton.
Oh.
What a World Cup hero.
We brought Romero back, played like dog shit.
What about
His
McAllister's tweet?
Instagram post.
Yeah. I love you. Let's fuck.
Let's fuck.
And he gets an extended holiday. Yeah,
He did, yeah. Leicester versus Fulham. Oh, Brendan Rodgers, what are you doing over there, mate?
I'll tell you what. If we're all watching, what is it when you get your multiple fucking games happen at once? Eh?
Multi-screen.
Nah. What's it fucking called on Optus Sport?
Match day live.
Nah, it's called fucking
Goal Rush.
Goal Rush.
Yeah, if we're watching Goal Rush.
Goal Rush
We'll not be
sucks.
watching that.
Yeah, you won't
You know
see-
why Goal Rush sucks? Because it's got the fucking frame around the TV.
Yeah,
It's a
how
ladder.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why? In 2023,
no team scored.
would anyone need the ladder on the fucking TV? We've got it on our phone. I even emailed Optus support about that. I did. And she said, sorry, Ethan, we get the feed straight from Sky from England. I'm like, bullshit.
do better?
Yeah, they do, I think.
They do.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
No, they do.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they use...
Well, sorry, Clara from
Sky is
Optus.
the only fucking like broadcast.
Yeah, I think they do, yeah.
Well, fuck you, Sky.
That's why they pay like billions.
No,
a
there's
season.
heaps more than Sky.
Yeah,
But Sky, the primary one, are they?
Oh, there's
Actually,
Sky
do
BT.
they get ours from Sky or they get it from like ITV?
She said Sky.
Oh, yeah? I thought it was ITV that was Optus.
It sucks that if it's from
Well,
Sky,
if it's
why
Sky,
can't I
why don't we
listen to
get like
Jamie Carragher?
and Chair and
pre-game?
Ree? Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, exactly, Clara.
Fucking sort
Yeah.
your shit
You're
out, Clara.
better off
Optus.
this. You're
Nah,
a
she's-
fucking joke.
Shouldn't take it out on Clara.
No.
She's
Oh,
just, she's
the
got
fastest 5G.
Well, it's not Clara's fault, but she works for a fucking disgusting company.
Oh, God. Mate, Jesus.
Wait.
No, look, I
better
just
better not
just
say that.
frustrated with Optus. Like, I'm sick of seeing the same fucking Hungry Jack's ad every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
talk
don't
about
like
that
how
a
you
lot.
can't fast forward the ads anymore. Like, why do I have?
One thing I will give him, at least you don't have to watch
know.
ads in the replay.
No, you do,
just-
don't you?
Nah.
At halftime.
Is it halftime? I know I watched Match Day Live Extra and there's no ads in that.
Okay.
Oh, extra.
In mini matches, you got to watch it at
Yeah,
halftime.
mini matches and stuff.
That's a
You're
fucking
forced to
disgrace.
watch it in between.
But
I don't know.
Just to wrap, what fan would want the game minimised so they can look at a ladder? Why?
It's a live ladder, mate.
No,
Don't care.
cool. There's
It's
a
just showing
goal
us
every
going
40
fucking
minutes.
down.
You can just go, nothing happened.
Just showing, oh, we're going down. We're in seventh.
No, I'm
Some
with
people
Ethan.
aren't as
That's a
good as
great
quick
idea,
maths
Goal
as,
Rush, right?
as you guys, right?
Highlights from other games. But
Yeah.
fucking get the ladder off
Ethan,
the
some,
screen.
pe-
Wait,
some
but-
people don't have a personal mobile device.
Think of the lesser people out
Yeah.
there.
Wait,
Look
the
at
other
you
way.
and your
Lesser
high.
people.
Not the lesser people, the less fortunate people.
No, he said the Leicester people. He said the Leicester people.
Just get a third
Wow.
job.
Can we move on for fuck's sake? All right, moving on. Big test for Arsenal. We come up against Newcastle at home. Is it at home? I thought it was away.
No, home.
It is. Okay.
Rookies aren't giving Newcastle a fucking look in. They're paying like $5.
Look, it'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for the test. I think we win. I really do. I think we're just flying high with confidence. Like, how can you not be confident? Like,
Well, you've done every test that's you've met,
The only one we fucking fall short on was United.
but
But we
one,
should have
right?
won that.
When's
game
the City
too.
game? Soon.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like at the end of this bunch of fucking hard games. I think we got Newcastle, we got United, we got Tottenham, and we got City all in the space of like
City would be the test. Well,
a few
Spurs
months.
are out of form, but it's the NLD, so anything
But
could
you
happen.
kind of want to verse them now because like City.
Oh, absolutely. I want to verse everyone. I want to verse the top 6 right now.
you
Like,
want to verse Argentina?
yeah, like bring it on. Like that's what I mean. Like we're just
You can verse Real Madrid.
we're
for us.
going we're fucking red hot. Like I'm a little bit concerned about our defense. Like Gabriel looked a bit shaky. William Saliba didn't look like he was back at his like absolute peak best before the World Cup. So
Yeah, but come on, Newcastle couldn't even score against fucking.
yeah, but they pose a lot of threats up there, man.
Leeds.
They got Gamiresh, they got Miggy Almiron's fucking on fire.
he didn't
I don't know
have any
if
fucking
is Isak back from injury. I think he was injured or something. Something
I
wrong.
think he's
with-
close.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I think hopefully he's not back anyway. But it's a great test. Look, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Gonna be a great
6:45 a.m. tomorrow. If we beat them, then we're like, I think we're almost like,
Then that
we're
knocks-
10 points clear of them, like
knocks
almost
them
now, I
completely
think.
out, I reckon.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So like, if we beat Newcastle, then it's like us and City. There's like
Yeah.
no Newcastle debate.
You
there.
know, like they've got a lot to play for as well.
Mind you, just remember I did pick Newcastle to come third this year. Manchester United, Bournemouth. As we said, Manchester United just clawing back some wins, getting some points back. They're into the top 4. So Ten Hag is starting to work his magic a bit. Bournemouth won't put up much of an opposition, I don't think.
I reckon United will win 1-0.
Big time. Rashford's
Yeah.
in awesome form.
He is in
two or
great
three
form.
nil, I reckon.
Yeah, let's see if he turned up to all his meetings on time.
Imagine
A lot of
that.
people bagging Ten Hag for like
It's great. You got to be
taking
held
Rashford.
accountable
No,
for
you
your
need to
fucking
understand
actions.
it.
Oh, absolutely. They were saying
I know.
they were saying because he's in red hot form, like
No.
and he did come on and
Wait,
change the
mate,
game. It's
I'm
like-
in red hot form at work all the time, and if I'm late, I get docked.
yeah, 100%.
The difference is like Conte, right?
You know that, Paz.
Conte and Klopp come into their interviews and make excuses for their team, where Ten Hag goes like, "No, you dropped."
Yeah,
Like I want Conte to come in the thing and go, "That was rubbish."
I
By
want Klopp to do that too.
Højbjerg, you dropped.
yeah,
That'd be awesome.
yeah.
Maybe
I
not
mean,
for Højbjerg for 10 minutes, but he goes in there and goes, "There's a reason why I did that. I'd expect more from you."
Ten Hag stuck by his
I
word.
don't like the
Yeah,
way you look at me.
he's he stuck by his word. He got a little bit funny with Ronaldo trying to make him captain and shit like that, but he finally got his way, got rid of him. So. You know, good
Yeah.
on him. I don't like Manchester United doing well, so if they can just linger around the 5th spot, that'd be fine. But
Prefer 6th.
yeah, like, but anyway,
It's my only hope. United drop off, Spurs drop off,
Speak-
Chelsea drop off.
speaking of
somehow
dour,
sneak in there.
dour affairs, Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. I don't
Is
really.
that last versus second last? Or
I think
close
so.
to it?
Yeah, I think it is last versus.
Oh no, Wolves are in between them.
Get this
Nil
right.
all, nil all.
Steve Cooper, is that his name? The
Nottingham Forest, yeah,
guy?
I think something.
He
like
said that they're probably going to make more signings.
Yeah.
Why?
They've signed more players over
Like
that.
fuck,
just recently.
Yeah.
they signed like 30 in the summer.
Yeah.
Why do they need more?
I
If you
don't
can't
know.
work with who you
They're
got,
approaching 300 million
like
plus.
Jesus, mate.
What? Like on who? Like you haven't even bought. Like I would be. If you spent that much and you bought like someone of significance, it's fine. But like,
But you're getting like fucking 6 $50 million players.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we can do something here. Not buying fucking 3 teams of trash.
yeah, not buying
Yeah.
like fucking £2 and £3 million fucking.
Well, that's
players.
exactly right. If they've bought 30 odd players
Yeah.
and they're nearing 300 million,
Yeah.
if you average that out, that's only 10 million a player.
Yeah.
These days,
That's quick maths, Nudo. Well
well,
done.
you know,
Division 10. It's good.
you should always
But if it was
divide with the 10.
276 million.
You should always divide with the 10 first.
Yes.
For example, if it was 276,
Go, continue.
okay, so don't divide it by
Fix fun football facts.
don't divide it by 30, divide it by 10, and then times it by 3.
Anyway.
7.8.
Sure, the football fans of the world would love that.
Yeah.
7.8.
Well, you wouldn't need a live table if you could do maths like that, I'm
Yeah,
telling
well,
you.
we don't need a live table, do we?
We don't need one.
Get that fucking up your
Leeds versus West Ham United.
Another one, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, another dour. As he swigs his bundy.
I'm a little bit grumpy.
Agreed.
Yeah, the two like not red hot teams. Leeds probably need to bounce
I think
back.
you're talking about Liverpool and Spurs.
West Ham are coming fourth last.
Yeah,
they're
West
in all
Ham
sorts.
are into all sorts. We said it before. I don't know how long David Moyes has got left.
Fuck him.
Have they been relegated recently? The Hammers.
Oh, maybe like 10-ish years ago.
Yeah, so not really.
Yeah.
Well, they're in risk.
They used to be the definition of a yo-yo club in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Big Sam.
Big Sam.
Big son.
Beef. Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. Crystal Palace lost last week, so you're in with a chance.
So that's not
You're
bad.
telling me there's a chance.
Thursday morning, Aussie time. I don't know. I'm not excited anymore to watch it.
No.
I feel like if we get a win back, it'll be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Oh, fuck.
the next week it'll be like, oh, negative taxi, we fucking lose again. So I want us to change our mindset as a team before
Who
results
you got
matter.
the following week? Could it be?
Don't care.
Could it be?
If we rock up to that
What?
with a different mindset,
I saw.
attacking
Could be.
mindset,
Could
first
be.
half's quality, I'd be
Yeah,
happy.
you want to see him play like a nice
Play.
brand.
Fuck.
Yeah, play. Exactly.
Play.
Play.
We're not going to play with Conte, but I mean, the only
Yeah.
I think unless he goes, the only hope that you have is that they play their style, but they're like red hot and like going hard and flying into tackles. They might sit back, they might counter attack, but they're fucking working, not
Hey,
being
if you-
sloppy and
you do
"Ooh."
care.
And like and in that when
You care a
be
lot.
brave with a forward pass.
That's
Yeah.
all I want is
You know?
take Jewel, take someone
I
on
don't
Jewel.
think that they're going to turn into like a 3-4-3 though.
I don't want that.
I am
I-
upset. Sorry.
The opportunity to break him down is through the middle, right?
Yeah, you need brave players passing forward.
Yeah.
Benson Kerr
between
does
the
that, but
lines.
he's out. But when he comes back, fuck, man.
We'll be back in time.
Basuma's
Well,
been
all day.
I was going to
really
say you need a
poor.
win because you need your confidence up because you got us after that.
Oh, fuck. But it's
Hey,
another one of
this
those.
cunt's gonna be fucking walking around like a fucking peacock.
It's another one of those seasons. We're fifth. We started really well. We're in the top two. Arsenal, Spurs. This is going to be amazing. Then we're fucked. Liverpool and Brentford
Wait, but
beneath
you
us.
go in this on absolute diet form, you win 4-2.
Yeah,
You know, like that's how these fucking derbies work.
yeah, 100%.
So I didn't touch on this before. Lloris. Did anyone watch that goal?
Yeah, it was
He's come back
fucking
from a World
trash.
Cup final and he just
Oh, we didn't say fuck all in the World Cup final, did he?
no.
So
So
bring
time
back
to go.
his
Time to go, Lloris.
form.
Harry, you got to be captain, my friend.
Yeah, well, that's another big call Conte needs to make, or some.
We've
kind of-
always spoken about that though. Having a goalkeeper as a captain is a fucking stupid move.
Any games left? Let's move on.
Aston Villa versus Wolves.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, who cares?
They
That's
do
a,
this to us all the time.
that's,
don't they?
that's a derby, isn't it? Isn't that like a
Yeah,
Lots of
Midlands,
Midlands
Midlands,
derby.
We were speaking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Hey, remember what we said at the start of the season? Football is Premier League football. I'm sick of the fucking whinging. All right.
Oh, okay.
When it's the off season, you're whinge that there's nothing to watch, and then you're like, "Oh, Aston Villa, Wolves, that's
There's
not
plenty
good
to
enough."
watch. We just don't want to watch Aston Villa versus Wolves.
Why
I don't
not?
want to watch in the off season.
I don't want to watch Southend versus Nottingham Forest.
Because in the off season it's NRL.
It's a classic game at a classic football stadium.
And we get to watch Parrot lose.
Yes, well, it's Midlands
Be
derby.
happy about it.
Aston Villa, Unai Emery got him firing. Good evening. Last one, Chelsea versus City. Interesting game. I think Chelsea are going to get fucking pumped.
I reckon City by a big margin.
Yeah, I know City aren't that great, but Chelsea are fucking. Graham Potter.
But Chelsea
what-
are a good enough to fuck up. Chelsea are a good enough team.
Stop
that I
slapping
think
your hands
City
around and she won't
will go
whinge.
for 'em.
That's whenever he says City, she
Yeah.
thinks it says.
Siri.
Yeah, I still think City will wallop them. I think Graham Potter's not having a good time there.
Oh,
He's
go
not.
on, you reckon?
He went so well at the start. Then
Yeah, because he was at a
He's-
different team.
He's
is it
gone
right?
in and he's done his glow up, you know, and it's all gone downhill since the glow up.
Yeah,
Has he got
it's no
divorced
good.
yet?
I don't
That'll
know.
happen.
I don't read the Daily
Anyway.
Star or whatever that'd be reported on
Oh,
it.
he's worth 10 million now.
Anyway, well, do you want to wrap
we've
it
got
up
a few
there,
minutes
fellas?
through the things down the bottom there.
Yeah, Pele's dead.
Yep.
RIP.
Rest in peace.
No, a couple of
Sorry.
things.
like-
No, like seriously, on all notes, like Rip Pele, because he
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
like he's probably the overall GOAT.
Everything you've seen some footballer do, Pele
Yeah.
done it first.
Yeah,
just
and like
remember
I
that.
just got a few stats here. He obviously won 3 World Cups. No player's ever done that.
Yeah.
Wow.
77 goals for Brazil,
Wow.
their highest ever goal scorer. FIFA's website says that he has 1,281 goals in 1,363 games.
Fucking hell.
That is
Been
unbelievable.
heavily debated, though, that
And-
goal tally.
Well, yeah, it's up and down
And who
because
debated it? Ronaldo.
it includes some friendlies and stuff. But and also probably like made football in America a more mainstream sport when he went to
Absolutely.
New York Cosmos because Like he was the best ever.
Yeah.
I think about
He
that.
did it in
So-
Australia too. Our parents' generation, the ones that aren't EPL fans, they always talk about Pele, and that's the
Yeah.
only player they know. So
Yeah.
that tells you a
he's,
lot.
He
he's
was
in that
massive.
same, like,
Yeah.
well, you know, as you said, he's arguably one of the greatest of all time. But
Yep.
it's in that ilk of players, you know, like your Beckenbauers, your fucking
Yeah,
Cruyffs
definitely.
and all that kind of shit.
He'd be in the team of the. Of the
absolutely. He always is on FIFA.
Yeah, and just also quickly, Infantino's said that he wants every country in the world to name a stadium after him.
Yeah.
Now, full respect to Pele, but that is
Uganda already
fucking
have.
ridiculous. Like we should be naming a stadium after Johnny Warren or Tim Cahill.
Absolutely.
Before Pele. No offense to meant to
Gianni
Pele,
Infantino's
but
a fucking
that
idiot,
guy's a
let's be real.
fucking Fruit Loop.
He is. Fucking
Honestly.
Soulbags, mate.
Oh,
How'd Soulbag get on the fucking field?
How long
fucking
have we
let
got?
it.
You gave him the pass.
It's all right,
you
we'll have
fucking-
to come back and do an outro anyway. I don't
Sure,
know
we
enough
could-
time.
we could get it
Nah,
in.
so I forgot to tell everyone to like, subscribe, and comment. I forgot.
you got-
Well, fucking
Well, you
do
just
it.
did.
I forgot.
you could have done it in that.
You're under
5
pressure. You got 25
Like,
seconds.
subscribe, comment. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter,
Get us to
Instagram,
100.
TikTok. Sign up to the Fantasy League. Get us to 100 subs. We're at 98. Come on.
Do it.
Come love
on.
you all. We'll catch us
Send
in
it
the
to your
next
mum or
one.
your nan or
Hopefully we're
something.
happier next time.
Go Arsenal. Stay average. See you later.
So, yeah.
We are. We're staying fucking average.